Hello, everyone, and welcome back to an episode of Juice is the New Tea. I am your host, Eleni Simos, also known as the Clean Eating Chick, and joined with me today two very special guests. Not only are they family friends of mine, but they have managed to, I think in like less than a year, over 500,000 followers on TikTok and Instagram, viral sensations overnight, accidentally, but have created the recipe for it. We're going to get into it. I have with me the sensation, Big Al and Vicky.
Hello.
Woo!
Hello.
Hey.
Thank you guys so much for being here.
Thank you for
Very
having
nice.
I'm
us.
so excited to have you. Let's do a little
Me too.
cheers with a cleansed juice.
Beautiful.
Cheers.
Al, Vicky, lots of love and
It's a
blessings.
beautiful looking one.
All
Look, I
right.
made a mess already.
It's all right. It happens.
Oh.
We should have brought the
Automatic.
bib. We should have brought the bib today.
Automatic.
It's all right.
Should
So
have
I'm-
him in his bathing suit.
That's
I know
delicious.
you told me when I asked you
What's
are we.
in this?
It's orange.
Orange, carrot, lemon, and ginger.
Yeah,
Well, I got a little bit of a sore throat. It helped right away.
right away. Vitamin C. That's it. See, see what nature does for you.
Delicious.
Well, when I had texted you and asked like, what are we gonna wear? You said Al should have worn his bathing suit.
No, he asked.
I was
Can
gonna
You
wear
were
the
going
bathing suit.
to?
Absolutely.
Oh, we should have got you in here with like a little.
I wasn't even going to comb my
inflatable-
hair. I want that to look normal.
Well, I like the look. I like the chain too. I'm into it.
Yeah, I'm in definitely rap mode today.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
Representing.
Representing.
Cool. Well, I'm really excited to have you both here to talk about life, to talk about marriage, to obviously talk about going viral with over 58 million views on your first ever TikTok video. You guys have like nailed the new age American dream of like going viral just by being yourselves. So
That's
I want to
true,
get
yeah.
into that. No, it really is because I want to know the story. I know a little bit of the story, but tell me what happened
You want me
with
to
the
tell it?
video.
What do you want to tell me?
Whoever wants to take it.
We'll both say it. Okay, I'll start. I did it as a joke.
Yeah.
It was a complete joke.
Yeah.
It was a year before.
It was exactly June 18th coming up. Will be
Okay,
1
so
year.
a year.
No,
Oh my
but you
God.
filmed that
I
a year before
filmed
June 18th
it
a year ago.
Not a whole year before, but I filmed it 6 months to a year before posting it.
Yeah.
And I had it in my phone.
I didn't even know she was filming me.
I used to do a lot of that because he would never let me
I'm
post
half stewing out in the
anything.
morning. She walked over with pancakes. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know they were fake ones.
Yeah, and he never let me post things on any social media. Now, granted, he used to like scrolling on TikTok. I wasn't on TikTok at the time, so I decided to open an account and post the video. And all of a sudden, my phone, we're clearly sitting in the living room. My phone is on the couch, and the phone is just going nonstop. And I'm like, he's like, what's that? I go, I don't know. What is that? Catherine walks in the room and goes,
Yeah.
Mom, that's your phone.
Yeah.
And I'm like, there's something wrong with my phone. She opens it up, almost 1 million, like in the blink of an eye.
Jeez.
It was crazy. It was crazy. And he's sitting there, I'm saying to myself,
It really was mind-boggling.
Yeah, no, it was
he's going
nuts.
to kill me.
You know what it
Yeah.
is?
He's going to kill me.
You know what
Yeah.
it is? Americans, and I guess all over the world,
Yeah.
people like sayings. I love sayings. Like I'll quote stuff from The Honeymooners or The Odd Couple of famous movies.
Yeah.
People heard that saying and people use it in everyday life now.
Still.
Spectacular. Give me 14
Yeah, I go
more.
to places sometimes for dinner or something. They don't know who we are. And you'll hear a guy across the room telling somebody they're eating and they'll go, wow, this is spectacular. I want 14 of them. They don't even know you're in the room. Like, it's not because we're there. It's because they're using that
Yeah.
saying. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Wait, so backtrack a little bit. The video was, I know what the video was. So you posted a video of presenting him.
Presenting him with my healthier version
Yes,
pancakes.
yes.
That's been my goal for so
'Cause-
many years. And it
Sweet
was
potato pancakes.
the sweet potato pancakes, which is, okay, it's either 2 ingredients or 3, depending on how you look at it. I said 2 ingredients,
Yeah.
sweet potato and eggs. Salt is optional.
Okay.
Okay. So that was it. That was all I used to make them.
So you posted an old video of you presenting your man
Just
at
want them to
7
taste them.
a.m.
Yeah.
just like here, because you would do that. You would post some videos of like trying to get him to eat the
I
healthy
do it all the
stuff because you're
time.
on your game. You've been
Yeah,
on
that's
your
been
game
for years.
I've
Yeah.
been trying.
Yeah. So you just posted it, opened up. It was a random night.
I had it so he couldn't see I was taping him.
Oh, you didn't know?
He didn't
No.
know.
You were being filmed?
I
That's
had
me
it
in the
on the
morning.
Oh,
mantle
man.
in the living room. And he had no idea.
Yeah.
He had no idea I was taping him.
So you had 1 million views.
In the first day, I think.
Not even a day, not even 24 hours.
And now we have over 58.7 million
Is it
views.
that many now?
Yeah, that's more than like an
I
average
happened
Super
to
Bowl
look the other
viewing.
day. Yeah.
And I also saw like Ashley Furniture was using your image.
I think everybody's used it by now.
I saw like an ad for Dolma's, like stuffed, stuffed
everybody's
grape
used it.
leaves,
Every
like just
athlete-
like a photo of
Every
you.
athlete has used it. The Jets have used it. Simone Biles used it when she
Yeah,
won the gold.
that's right. When she
know.
won the gold medal.
She bid it and said, give me 14 more of these.
What did that feel like?
Everybody, I don't comprehend nothing. Nothing. It just,
It doesn't feel like it's us.
it doesn't
Yeah.
feel like it's us. Like
Right?
it's somebody else.
So when you first went viral, I had another girlfriend of mine who went viral. I don't remember what her numbers were, but she said she felt like at any moment people were going to come like knocking on her door. Like she felt like you're nervous a little bit. You're like, what is?
No, we felt the opposite. We never really thought
You were
about
excited?
it.
Yeah, no,
I never gave it any thought.
I didn't even. You know what? It
I
was
just thought
like
it was weird that it so many views on something like that.
it didn't register.
Yeah.
It took a while for it to register.
I'll tell you what does register with me now with TikTok and Instagram and all this media. I think what's going on is that like when a guy like Tom Cruise makes a movie, maybe once every 1, 2, 3, 5 years, every 5 years. And when they see the movie, that's it. They love him. But TikTok, Instagram, people see you twice a day. So you're actually more noticeable. Like when we go to the mall or something.
He's
I
recognized
get,
like
yeah,
crazy.
I get talked to by everybody.
Well, you're such a character and you're such a presence and you've always been like that for as long as I've known you. I've known you since I'm a little girl. It's just wild. And then to know that that happened to you guys, I was like, oh, I felt cool.
Crazy,
I was
right?
like,
Oh my
wow.
God, our
Yeah, we've
daughters
heard
went
that one.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
bet.
got clients of mine coming to the house, guys who never stopped by the house in 30 years, coming and taking pictures with us because their kids don't believe they know us.
Yeah.
There's no way you know that guy, that kind of thing.
Yeah. No, I love
never
that.
gave it any thought though. Like you would think it's like a big thing, but I look at it as it's TikTok. So what?
Right.
Like it's fun.
Yeah.
I never looked at like monetizing it or anything.
But that's like what everybody wants to do. That's
Yeah,
all. Like
not
they
much.
like post things in hopes all day to go viral, for something to hit, whether it's a high production or a low production. It's just so wild that like you had the video, it was an old video. You're just feeding him sweet potato pancakes. He had a natural, authentic reaction. He was blown away, couldn't believe how delicious it was. And then it was like, what, a 20-second, if even, video. And then boom,
Right,
it just
exactly.
explodes.
Not
Yeah.
even.
And now it's like you translated that over to Instagram.
Yes.
And you're just having fun with it.
Yeah.
You know,
Just-
and
it's
it's
just
just
fun.
like truly the two of you. Like
Vicky
to know-
loves it. She
I mean,
loves
I
it.
know, like you're so in your element.
Because I love the cooking.
Yeah,
part.
yeah.
That's how with me.
Right.
I grew
Right,
up in
that's
the
totally
kitchen
you.
with my
Yeah,
mom
me
and my
most of the
dad.
time. She
Right.
does it all. She loves it.
I do.
I work a lot, so
Right. So you're the Greek goddess that you are.
Goddess.
Big Italian man over here. So I want to get into a little bit about like your energy, your relationship, marriage, life, because you guys have been together for how many years?
35.
35 years. So I want to talk a little bit about what you think the secret sauce or the secret ingredient to marriage is, and a little bit about TikTok and viral and Instagram and all of that. So we already spoke a little bit about the origin story, and when you told him that you had went viral, you thought he was going to kill you. So
Oh,
how
yeah.
what did you say? You didn't you're just like, all right.
Yeah, I didn't get it at all. I didn't
Yeah.
understand it.
He said, "What do you
actually.
mean?
Yeah. Okay.
Well, what do you mean?"
But
Right.
then after a day or two, she started going like, "It's at 3 million. It's at 5." But I was mind boggled. I couldn't believe that thing just kept transferring all over the world.
I know.
And it
We were
still
getting
does.
comments
I
from
know.
every country in the world on our thing.
I know, and I remember when I first like had seen you guys post this whole thing happening, you had told me that some of the comments and the things that you were receiving from seeing, and then you guys, when he was in the pool and just like feeding him in the pool, what people are saying to you about that, how it like brightens their day to see you. Like, think of how much joy you've brought people's lives. Like, that's also just such a
Well,
beautiful.
that makes me happy.
Yeah, that's great.
Never thought of it that way specifically, but yeah, Vicky reads me some of the. I don't really read them.
Yeah.
I
But,
do, and I
yeah.
try to answer
That's
as
a
many
nice
as
thing
possible.
because throughout life we've all had issues,
Right.
and it's nice to have somebody else that you could either look at or read things about that make you happy.
Yeah.
It's
I
a
love
nice
that,
thing, yeah.
Al.
And not for nothing, the
No, it is a nice
majority,
thing.
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
been such nice,
Yeah, it's positive.
positive
Right.
reviews.
Right.
For
Yeah,
both
I've reached
of
out
us.
to a couple of people that Vicky told me about that had some real struggles. I actually called them and talked to them and stuff, and
Aw.
they were good people.
You are, well, I love that. That's beautiful.
Well, people in struggle in life. I know when I was
Yeah.
struggling, I wanted help. You know, people should get help when they're
Absolutely.
anything with this. You better get help.
And the pool videos also was not planned.
Right.
Where we basically live in the backyard in the summer. That's our living room.
Yeah, when I get home from work, I'm in the pool.
With
Yeah.
the neuropathy for his feet, the pool helps him.
Right.
It doesn't. They don't hurt as much.
Do people know that's why
Not a
you
lot
were
of
in
people.
the pool? So
Not really. They'll find out now.
right.
Enough do, but not a lot.
Right.
So he's in that pool for therapeutic reasons,
Right.
exercise reasons,
Right.
right? So when I would be making lunch or basically lunch, I would say, honey, food's ready, coming to the table. And he'd say, can I just I'm
Yeah, I
comfortable
eat in
here.
the pool
My
way
feet
before
don't
TikTok.
hurt. What do you say? So I started setting it up for him to eat lunch right there.
Yeah.
And that went crazy.
Because it's just
That's
like
been
you
going
being-
on for
like
years.
Who
living,
eats in
living
the pool?
everyone's dream, just like living the American dream, just sitting poolside, having your wife serve you and calling you cuppy all day.
It takes a
Like-
lot of hard work to get to that point.
Right. So I want to talk about that.
Yeah.
So 35 years we've been together. Okay, that's beautiful. Before we get into more of the marriage talk, with TikTok and you guys just creating videos based on your relationship and you now just having a camera doing what you would already authentically do you ever feel like you need to perform, or is it all just like the camera has amplified what's already there?
Yeah.
I think from my standpoint,
Yeah.
there are days that not in the mood. Like I got a lot going on or something, and she'll walk over and say, "Please do a video." I'm like, not today, that kind of thing. But then sometimes you really are in the mood.
Yeah.
Like there are some days you're in a great mood, you're not working or whatever.
Right.
Say it's Saturday, you do 5 videos.
Yeah.
You know, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Because it's
But there's
just
no
like,
script. Everything's completely ad-libbed.
for sure.
That's
don't
what
do
I was
takes.
going to say.
Yeah.
We don't redo them.
Right.
They are what they are.
The best videos are, I figured out, okay, this is what I'm feeding him. He has no clue what I'm going to give him. And I just go over to him. And I know he's going to react.
Yeah.
And I give my truthful opinion. Like in the beginning, she's like, you have to like everything. Everything has to be spectacular. I'm like, not going to happen with me.
Yeah.
And then when I started
You'll-
giving my honest opinions, people were like, that's why I love this guy. He tells the truth.
Yeah.
And I say, see, people want the truth. I'm not
Absolutely.
going to say I'm eating a sawdust pancake and it's good. It's never going to happen.
When have I given you
Yeah,
a
I was just gonna say,
sawdust
she's
pancake?
never
The other day,
served
you
you
gave
a
me 3
sawdust-
cookies.
Come on.
They
now.
were
Oatmeal
sawdust.
cookies.
I
He
choked
had
for
in
half
the
hour.
culinary.
Okay.
I choked for a half hour after one of those cookies. It got stuck right here, one of those grains. I couldn't get it out.
Oh my God. And then have a cleansed juice and it will wash it right down.
Delicious
There you
right
go.
now. I'm using it for my throat.
Good thing you should have them more often.
Oh.
Yeah, I like it. Very good.
Oh.
I can't have a lot because of my stomach, but yeah,
All
good.
right. Well, every now and again, that'll make both Vicky and I very
Yeah,
happy.
exactly.
Yeah, we love that. What would you guys say to younger couples? Because I mentioned, like, you guys have hit the new age American dream of going viral just by being yourselves. What would you say to any younger couples or anybody, it doesn't have to necessarily be a couple, but like anybody that's trying to balance fun and commitment with also trying to build some type of online
Oh,
presence?
that's easy. Secret to any long-term relationship, sense of humor,
Okay.
Yep.
communication,
Yeah.
respect, and the ability to abuse each other
Yes.
with verbal.
It's
like
true.
we rank each other out all day long.
But not the abuse.
The minute she wakes up in the morning and we pass each other, like whatever. I start giving it to her.
Okay, give me like how?
Oh, when this morning she comes by, I go, "What are you doing?" She goes, "I'm getting ready." I go, "You got 3.5 hours to get ready." You know, really? I'm like, "Get me a cup of coffee." Then like Felix Unger, she's in the bedroom ironing.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Hello, my coffee," you know.
Just
And we
roasting each
just
other.
roast each other all
Yeah.
day,
Yeah.
every day.
I feel like that's just like healthy to just get it out there a little
Yeah.
bit with a sense of humor and
You
not
have to
take
laugh.
anything too
Listen,
personally.
couples
Laughter.
these
Yeah.
days, they say boo to each other
And they quit.
and they don't talk for a week.
And that's it. They're done.
Me and her, forget it. We can say anything to each other.
So how did you guys meet?
At a baseball game, my brother-in-law Nick and Vicky's sister were preparing to get married, and I joined one of his softball teams, and she came to a game.
He actually did sports. He did.
I used to play
You
sports.
got to know him to
Yeah.
say, wait, what? He actually was in
And
sports.
no, she was at the game, and I noticed her. And then I re-met her at a sister's wedding dinner
When
party.
you noticed her, did you approach her or you just noticed?
Not that first time.
I noticed her butt.
And it still looks great, sister.
Fabulous, Don't give me 14.
Yeah.
I'll be divorced.
So you noticed her, and
Immediately.
then yeah, and then but you didn't approach.
That day, nothing.
Yeah.
And then I saw her at her sister, her parents' house having the wedding dinner, which I was in the wedding party for her, for my brother-in-law, and she was in the kitchen doing something. I walked in there I don't know. I didn't have any rap. I walked in there and I said, "What are you doing?" She goes, "Let me show you my spice rack." I go, "Oh, it's a little fast, isn't it? Your parents are in the other room." She goes, No, my spices." I go, "What do you mean spices?" She took me to a spice rack. This is organic oregano from Greece.
There we go.
I go, "Oh, Jesus Christ, this one here.
Get them with the
What am I
oregano,
going to do
Vicky.
with her? This is weird, you know?" So then the next night, I called my brother-in-law. I said, "You mind if I ask out your future sister-in-law?" And I asked the mother.
Oh, you asked them to ask her out?
Yeah.
Asked if
they
it
don't
was
do that
okay with
anymore.
them. Yeah.
Ooh.
And I said, yes. So we went out to Adam's Apple. Shows you how old we are.
I don't even know what that is.
Oh my God, it was a
It was
hot
on First
place in
Avenue
Manhattan.
across from
Yeah?
the old, remember the strip place on First? What was it called? No, the big club on First. It was right across the street.
See, nobody here knows. They're too young.
You
Yeah.
guys are way too young.
Not
But it was
sure.
on First Avenue. Great place, Adam's Apple.
Yeah.
It was like a layered place.
Dancing restaurant
Dancing
combo.
restaurant,
It was
lounge.
awesome. Yeah.
It was
Cute.
awesome. So that was our first date.
Oh,
It was really nice.
no. And Vicky, did you feel like when you were out with him, you're like, okay, this is the one?
Well, I loved the way he was.
Yeah.
He wasn't your typical old-fashioned Greek man. Did not like that.
Yeah.
He was, to me, an
it. No more
American.
Greeks will watch
Not
this.
Italian.
over.
No, he wasn't Italian. I
Sorry.
wasn't Greek, right? We were in America, American-born. So he had his own place. He took care of it, was immaculate. He dressed amazing. I admired all of that.
Yeah.
He was self-sufficient.
Yes.
He was his own man.
Yes.
I still
Now I
love
get
that.
abused
Yeah.
for looking like this.
Yeah.
So-
No.
Yeah.
Still the same
No, I get abused
characteristics
every
and
day.
everything. No.
Total abuse.
But all in love, right? Remember, because we roast each other.
Yeah.
We
She
roast each
roasted
other
my
out of love.
outfits every day.
Yes.
Well, I mean,
Well, I used
she's
to wear
looking
like
out
nice
for
suits,
you. She's
You go
looking
wear
out.
suits, all jazzed up now.
Yeah.
Look at this.
No,
What it is, what it is.
we love you.
Thank you.
There you go.
So, okay, so we talked a little bit about the first impressions of each other. Al was definitely instantly head over heels. Vicky needed
Yeah,
to
pretty
warm up
much.
a little bit. Yeah, she was like,
It went
wine
fast.
and dine me.
It was
I
quick.
knew within a
Well,
couple of weeks I wanted to
35
marry
years.
her.
2.5 months in, he asked me to marry him.
Yeah, I knew after 2
Wait,
weeks I wanted
what?
to marry her.
Yeah, 2.5 months.
Wow.
We were married within, 13 months? Within 13 months. Bought a house and everything, all in that time frame.
Wow, he
15
knew what he
months.
wanted and he went for it.
Yeah, I knew right away.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice domesticated Greek girl, hot,
And still to
How
this
could you
day in
go
the
wrong?
kitchen
Cooks,
hosting. I know.
grows
she's,
her own spices.
Yeah, she's the best.
Takes a little bit of fun, making fun of.
Yeah.
You can't win. You
She
can't lose.
she gives it right back to you though. She, a lot of
Well, that's
people
the
think,
key.
she's subtle with it.
I'll give you what I call her. I call her Alice,
Yeah.
like
From
Alice
the
from the
Honeymooners.
Honeymooners, because Alice abuses Ralph.
Yeah.
And I'm like Oscar Madison a little bit sometimes with smoking cigars and playing the horses. And she's like Felix.
He calls me Felix, and I'm like, wait,
Oh, this
what?
one-
Since
this one,
when
you're
do I
sleeping?
hunk?
Yeah.
This one, if you're sleeping in the morning at 6 o'clock, she'll vacuum right over your head.
I know. She every time I come by, she's always doing something.
Right over your head.
She's hosting, she's cooking, she has this thing going, that thing going. I love it. Every time I leave with a jar of olive oil. I leave with something. Like she's always taking care.
Yeah.
I'm a mother hen to all.
Yeah, you
Yes.
are.
Not
yes,
just
you
to
are.
him.
Yes, you are. Yes.
you
So
are,
what do
really.
you think, other than roasting each other, like what else is the secret sauce that keeps you both laughing
Well, having
35
fun.
years?
Yeah.
Having fun.
Laughter.
We always committed
He is funny.
from
Yeah.
the day we decided to get married that at least 1 to 2 nights a week
Date night.
we would date.
No matter what.
No matter
And we've
what.
done it since that day.
And
30-something years of going out 1 to 2 times a week alone.
and the rules on date night.
Lately, not as much since COVID,
Yeah.
but we'll still, like at home, watch a movie a night.
Yeah.
If we have a series we love, 3 nights a week, we sit there, watch 2 episodes, and have popcorn or something.
and we'll
Yeah.
still go out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we go out. I like doing
Yeah.
lunch more now.
Yeah.
Become a little bit of an old guy.
I like a lunch date.
I like
It's
lunch
nice.
dates.
Yeah.
And
You
the
know what
rules.
it is? We've been out so, like, I've been a party animal my whole life. Like, I go around now at night. It's like amateur night everywhere you go.
Yeah.
It's like I'd rather go during the day, do our thing in the evening. You know, she wants to go out at night
Yeah, I like going
because she
out
wants
at
to
night.
present
So
her
how do you
shoes.
balance that though? If like you're more of like a nighttime, you know. Yeah.
You don't really balance it. I'm in trouble for it.
Because I like to go to the bar, have
Yeah.
a couple of drinks
Yeah.
before we sit down and eat. He's not much of a drinker.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, we don't do that. I want to get dressed.
Yeah.
I'm either in my gym clothes or my bathing suit or my pajamas, you know? So I enjoy getting dressed. I miss going to the office and wearing the outfits every day.
Yeah.
I used to love that.
Yeah.
You know? So
Yeah, we work from home a
that
lot.
standpoint, I enjoy it.
I have two
you know?
offices in my house.
And
Yeah,
we had
right.
rules to our date night.
What are the rules?
No talking about kids.
Yeah.
Oh.
No talking about money.
That was the
Okay.
key.
Yeah, no talking about anything but ourselves as a
Yeah,
couple.
that was key.
Interesting.
Oh,
And
you
you
know
had
why?
to- we
Because
had to
kids, you
stick to
always
it.
have problems with.
Yeah.
If you're not on the same page and you're bitching about it out to dinner, you're gonna end up
It
divorced.
dulls the mood.
You're gonna end up divorced. It's automatic.
And it
if you're
ruins
not on
the
the
whole
same
night.
page with kids,
Yeah.
that's like this.
Yeah.
Same thing with money. You know, and everybody had financial problems in their lives.
Illness,
we did.
health, I mean, family.
Yeah,
you
you
know,
know.
there's always something, right? There's ups and downs in
Yeah,
any
you have to-
life, any relationship.
You have to
So
be on the
that
same
was the
page. That's
rule.
the key.
Yeah.
And that's
I
why
see
we
most
loved it.
people, especially kids these days, they're not on the same page.
No.
Although this generation from 27 to 35 have a different mentality because of the whole internet, you know, all the internet video games. They're more, I feel like they know how to make money without like killing themselves
Yeah.
and make more money by not going into the city or
Right.
not having to travel. Like when I first started my businesses 40 years ago, geez, I would drive up Bear Mountain for $100 check. Literally. Then the guy bounced it on me twice.
Oh,
Oh, seriously?
No, this
yeah.
is serious. I mean,
and now it's you find that it's more relaxed environment. But then do you I feel like I mean that's interesting because I feel like that there's two sides of the spectrum. There are people that I know that are completely burnt out and feel like they have no balance in their life. Or people who are literally sitting at home and have figured it out and are making millions of dollars based off of the internet.
well, I blame the parents for everything.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
I do.
So
I
then
know
you're
with
to
my own
blame
children.
for everything your kids have done?
Most of it, absolutely. I've always taken the blame. Anything my kids have done, which wasn't much bad stuff, but they all have their little problems growing up. And we definitely spoiled them all.
Yeah.
You did
You
do
know,
that.
and they are still spoiled,
Yeah.
you know?
But who came up
Absolutely.
with? I mean, that's really interesting though. Who came up with the rules of not talking about? Because
think we did
that's.
it
I feel like
together.
that could totally dominate the conversation out on a date night. Like you're catching up, you're talking about the kids, or you're sharing grievances.
We did that all day long when we had
So
to.
so then like you both together were like when
That's
we go
it.
out.
We're going out to have fun.
So you just talk about what's
Us.
going on with each other.
Well,
yeah,
yeah.
we drank. It was
Yeah.
nice, you know.
Yeah.
You would meet people at the bar, right? Who doesn't go to a bar?
Yeah,
and
we
then
made
you
a lot
see
of
all
friends
the
and
people there.
clients
You
at
start
bars over the
talking with
years.
everybody.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Conversing, having a good time.
Yeah.
That's all it was about.
I think
was
it's
having a relaxation.
Totally. To keep the focus on
Us.
you both as a
Right.
relationship, but also you both as individuals.
As individuals, as people.
Yeah.
Not as parents, not as family member, you know, none of that.
Right.
Just fun.
Yeah, the big
Like a
secret
date.
is sense
a
of humor,
date
definitely.
night. Right? Just
Yeah,
a
and
date
a good sense of
night.
humor.
Yeah.
And don't be cheap with your wife. If you're cheap with your wife, never gonna last.
What do you mean? Share a little bit more about that.
Oh, I mean, like women like gifts on certain holidays.
Yeah.
They like to be surprised with things. They like a card on all the holidays.
Yes.
You know, you got to do that stuff.
Did you always do that for the last 35 years?
I still do it.
He does it and then some.
Every holiday with
I'll
all-
get
all my
flowers for
daughters.
no reason.
Yeah,
I
I-
was mad at him, so that's his way of saying I'm sorry.
You have to
Yeah.
kiss ass.
Yeah.
I'm a great ass kisser.
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah.
He's the
Yeah.
best.
So you believe like happy wife, happy life.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I've made her miserable plenty of
Yeah.
times. Don't worry.
You know, people ask, you do so much for him. You treat him like a baby. You do this, you do that. I go, you know what? For me to do this to him, he's doing for me.
So I want to ask you about that because I feel like from all of the women that I know, you are the ultimate. Like you go to the gym every morning.
I do.
You take care of yourself. You hit your protein goals.
I try.
You can do your pull-ups. You do your thing. You're growing your spices. You take care of your man. You feed him every meal. You're always making recipes. You're hosting people. Do you think that like in this day and age with women my age or a little bit younger, do you see that lacking, that like women don't want to
Yes.
take care?
I
Absolutely.
raised 2 daughters. They're not like me. A
But
little
again,
bit once
that's
in a while.
because we spoiled them. They're used to being spoiled by us, so they still want to be spoiled by the husbands. And thank God both of my daughters married terrific guys
Yeah.
who
They
do
both are.
everything.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
both do everything.
Yeah. You
Which
guys
is
really,
nice.
you have great daughters and great son-in-laws.
My
Yes.
one son-in-law works for me full time for the last 8 years.
Yes.
He does great. Hardest worker, nicest guy
Shout
in the
out
world.
to him. He is the
You
best.
know Nick.
Yes.
And my other son-in-law Andrew's terrific kid too.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, he may be coming to work for me starting the end of the year.
Amazing. Great. Look
He's a
at
good.
that.
He
Got to
does
keep
good.
it in the family.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's it.
So
Yeah.
so they take care of my daughters.
Mm-hmm.
It's the opposite of us.
Right.
But again, that's my fault. I
Yeah, but
spoiled
the way
hell
that
out
she
of them.
pours into you, what people don't see on social media or TikTok, whatever it is, but just also like even in real day to day, the way that you take care of him, he said, treat your wife, you know, like get the cards, do the flowers, all of that. I feel like there's a give and take.
A lot of give.
Yeah.
He gives to everybody.
Yeah, I give.
You do.
I
You
give-
always
I'm a-
have.
He
I'm
gives
a
to
giver.
everybody.
I
He's
do a
a
lot
giver.
of stuff
Yeah.
for charity.
Yes.
You know, I
He's a
wouldn't say
big
I'm a
giver.
philanthropist. I'd like to be. I don't have that kind of money. If I had a lot of money, I'd do more.
Yeah, but
yeah,
you do
we
it in your
stuff.
own ways, like calling
I do
people
it in
that
my own
follow you
ways.
that you knew that were having a hard time. You're taking time out of your day to call them and
Absolutely.
check in and
Absolutely.
just sprinkle a little joy in their life.
Yeah,
like
and
that goes the distance.
You have to pay it forward.
Mm-hmm.
And my sole goal in life is taking care of my family.
Mm-hmm.
I have to know that eventually you die, that they can move on without you.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to know they have houses.
Mm-hmm.
I have to know that my grandkids are my priority.
Yeah.
Now they are.
Yeah.
So I'm already worrying about them for when we get older.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they got to have houses. They have to have businesses. They have to make a good living. They have to be happy. And I told both my son-in-laws, you ever have problems, you come to me.
Mm-hmm.
If they're being pains in the asses, you know,
Yeah.
I'll help you.
Yeah.
I'm not going to take their side.
Yeah. I love
You know,
that.
I'm
That's
legit.
another thing you can't do.
Right.
You can't
in
always say
family.
your
You
kid's the
can't
Take
best.
sides.
Yeah.
You
No.
can't.
Can't be that
Explain
kind
that
of.
a little bit.
Okay.
Like if the kids have a fight, the husband and the wife, like my daughter has a fight with her husband, and she calls me ranting and raving that everything's his fault, I immediately know everything's not his fault.
So
It's a
there's an
two-way
interesting right. So there's an interesting like Instagram reel that I saw that was saying that for married couples now, you should have your like wisdom council, like your individual. They didn't call it the wisdom council. They referred to it as something else. And it was that, let's say, for example, you have 3 people that are on Al's side. So when you have a problem with Al, you call Al's friends. So
Okay.
so they'll like always back up Al. They'll hear you, but they'll remind you of like Al being a good
Yeah, I don't
person.
have
And
any
like
of
the
that.
other way, like you would go to like maybe Vicky's sister or
No.
something as opposed to venting to your friends.
No,
Does
we've never
that-
No,
had
the
those.
best way is
no.
going to a stranger.
No, but
Okay.
I don't. We've never had any.
Because then they don't know
don't
you.
No
have-
bias.
That's
I don't
right.
think-
Yeah.
I don't think we have fights where we need other help. Be help.
Well, because if you guys are roasting each other all day, what's there to fight about?
There's nothing left to
kidding.
fight about. It's full scale abuse.
Okay.
Oh, really? I'm serious. I can't
Yeah.
remember ever like. I mean, maybe a couple of times just in passing when you're on the phone with a friend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Vicky was a pain in the ass today. You know what my friends tell me when I complain about her? Don't complain.
Yeah.
You got the best one, so
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
why are you
it's
complaining?
True. It's true.
That's what literally they say to me. So I got nobody to complain to
Okay.
because they know it's me.
So you just instead you'll tell her she's a pain in the ass to her face or
All day
whatever.
long. I
Oh,
said it.
yeah.
I had to say it 10 times already today.
Oh, yeah. No, not 10.
All right, 3.
Yeah, no, we do. We tell
Yeah.
it like it is.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you call people when you're mad at me? No way.
My sister knows everything.
All right, well, yeah.
There has to be. Well, I guess like men are different.
Yeah, sister, you know,
Yeah.
well, I'm not talking to him right now. I'm annoyed with him. You know, stuff like
yeah,
that.
yeah. But just like it's
Then a
easy.
sister
But me
says,
not
yeah.
talking to him lasts maybe an hour.
Yeah, we don't.
We can't, no, because
Yeah.
he will get me to laugh. He knows
Right.
when he's pushed my button.
Right.
He knows when he's pushed it too far, and he knows now what he has to do to
Yeah.
release the button.
Right.
And he makes me laugh.
I think a sense of humor and just
Yes.
always keeping it
That's-
light and being able to laugh together.
that's really number one.
Is so important.
It's
And also
one-
That
like
is
the
number
way
one.
that you fight. Like I think like fighting in a healthy way, like adding the playful banter to the roasting is important. I feel like, and most
Well, I think
couples
women
don't.
tend to be more vicious in a fight.
Yeah.
Like when she really gets furious with me, She'll be screaming from the kitchen at me, bah, 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 and I'll be like this, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll
Like you
say
don't feed
something
into
funny
it.
in a half hour, and
Yeah.
it's over.
Yeah. You just
No, I
like
don't
let
feed-
it
I don't
chill.
feed
See,
into
that's
it.
what's important.
You cannot jump on
Right.
when somebody's having a tantrum.
Exactly.
You can't get involved in it. It's like a little kid when they're ranting
Let
and
it-
raving.
let-
Just
let
let them
them
fall on the
have it.
floor and cry.
Yeah.
They used to say that when our
it's true.
grandkids used to, I'm going to throw myself on the floor and go nuts. I go, okay, goodbye. And I
Yeah.
walk out of the room.
Right.
It's true.
So cry.
Just let them do their
yeah,
thing.
let them do their thing.
You know, when he's really angry about something, I'm like, okay, I leave it alone. I've learned you do not.
Pry or
No, you don't go into it, trying to argue back.
Yeah, but those are business-related things. You'll
Well, it
never
doesn't
mad at-
matter when you get annoyed with me. Vice versa, when I lose it, he just laughs.
You lose it
He
a lot
sits
more
there
than
like,
I do.
and sometimes it gets me a little
Women
angry,
tend to
and then
lose
he's
it more
got me
than men.
laughing.
Yeah.
Men
But I
are
feel
like-
like if
I'm
I
that Greek
Yeah.
from my parents. We go blah 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 blah.
Men don't like fighting.
No. You don't?
No, I don't want to fight with my wife, but it happens, I don't think we like fighting.
He doesn't. He doesn't.
I don't like controversy. I hate
He
that.
doesn't.
Yeah.
That's why
But
he
if I have
laughs.
to fight, I'm a good fighter.
Yeah, I could see
Yeah.
that. Yeah. So what do you think is one thing that young couples now misunderstand about long-term love? Like you said a little bit, like the minute that someone says boo, everyone wants to
Well, the kids these days have money. And it's easy to get out of things. And the parents support them unconditionally.
The kids don't have money.
They do. Their parents give them everything.
Oh, so they live at home.
Yeah, it's
and
a debit
they
card
get,
generation right now.
Yeah.
We didn't have anything. I started working as a little kid,
When did you start working?
Oh, God, I had little jobs when I was 7, 8 years old.
Oh my God.
Oh, yeah. I
Yeah.
did anything I could do to make money.
Yeah.
I started at 12.
I shoveled snow at 9, probably earlier, washed cars around the block, raked leaves, carried groceries for the old ladies at Bohack.
That's how you have to do it.
Yeah, and you start just being entrepreneurial. I loved working from the minute I was born.
We wanted money, and
Yeah.
we wanted our own money.
Right.
I was
right,
3
right.
years old. I used to get in trouble for taking apart everything in the house. My father used to catch me taking apart radios. I was a little kid.
For
I was
what?
having
What
fun.
were you doing that for? To like
I
sell
have
the
no
parts?
idea. I was nuts then, and I'm nuts now. I have no idea why I took it apart.
I mean, I feel like people lack a bit of a strong work ethic. Not everyone. This is not like a general statement.
not
but-
everybody.
But I feel like there are people and they apply that to not only their work, but then their relationships.
That's his office.
Don't worry about it.
okay.
I have godsons
Yeah.
that are not, they're very hard workers.
Mm-hmm.
All of them. And they're in their 30s.
Mm-hmm.
So they're part of the generation of kids who sometimes, want to attach more to the families thing.
Mm-hmm.
These kids actually all work. I mean, I'm really proud of all of them,
Yeah.
and but that's not most of them these days.
Right.
We were a different generation. You got to remember something. Think about when I was 16 years old, 1977, even 13 years old, 12 years old. You know what our toy was?
What?
A ball. You had one pink ball
Yeah.
that you played every sport imaginable with. You played football with it if you didn't have a football. You played hockey with it if you didn't have skates. You'd pass that around. You played everything off walls.
You had to like
wire
make it
ball.
work with what you were given.
And you were out all day and night.
Or we built things that we would pull out of, the
Do you
garbage.
guys remember the thing? It's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your children are?
Yeah, I remember that.
Well, you know what
of
that
course.
why they made that originally in the 70s and 60s? Because parents forgot the kids weren't home. Because you were never home.
Yeah, it's different now because now you just like pull out your phone, you look on
Yeah,
the
yeah,
app, you know where everybody is.
Yeah, you know where to find your kid. They're in
Yeah.
their bedroom.
Yeah.
They didn't know where the hell we were. We left in the morning to go to school, came home for dinner, went back out, and came home 11 o'clock at night.
And now we take them everywhere.
Right.
They get driven everywhere when
walk
they're
to
little.
school.
We did everything on our own because it was a different world.
Listen, I was 13 years old, 14 years old. I took a bus from my neighborhood through Jamaica onto another bus to Briarwood, Queens. It wasn't a good trip. The parents didn't care.
Yeah. Just free to do whatever
Imagine
it was.
us letting our kids on a bus like that.
Now we
Never
took them.
happened.
We drove them to school.
We drove them to school, high school too.
I'd
Yeah.
be like, go figure it out.
Until
Like,
they started driving, we drove them everywhere.
Yeah.
It's hard to do because the love for a kid is different from anything
Yeah.
else.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But yet
Difficult.
now our girls are the same way with their kids.
Yeah, even
They
worse.
do
Yeah. I think that there needs to be a stronger focus on independence, right? And just like nourishing
ethic.
work ethic is the most important thing.
You have to be
because
able
that
to-
applies to all avenues, all relationships, your business relationships, your personal relationships. The way that if you like flip out the minute that something goes wrong, if you don't know how to pivot or keep your cool or like figure it out and come to a solution, you lose everything.
Yeah, you have to be able to get your hands dirty. That's really the key.
Yeah.
For the kids these days. Nobody wants to get their hands dirty. When we were young kids, 12, 13, 14, 15, with or without working papers, we lived near Kennedy Airport and near Aqueduct Racetrack. We would walk to Kennedy, go to freight places, ask if we could help carry boxes, go to Aqueduct, shovel crap out of the stalls. Whatever you could do. I used to wash down stalls at Aqueduct when I was a little kid. You know,
Love that for you.
yeah, I was 14 years old. I could walk to Aqueduct. It was a mile and a half. You know, you didn't mind getting dirty.
And
Right.
you wanted your independence.
Right.
Yeah,
And
you
you
want to
did
get
whatever it
involved.
took. Just to
Yeah.
like make a buck or just be outside or
Whatever
make
it
connections
took.
or talk to people or whatever it is.
I crack up when people say they can't find a job.
Yeah.
You just see a guy, maybe he's homeless or something. That could be a mental illness. They're homeless, but the ones that are homeless, they don't want to work. I think they have to get up, go get a job for $3 an hour, even though it's not legal. Go do so. You could make money.
Right.
There are a million ways to make money. Whether it's $10 to wash somebody's car. I mean, even in our neighborhood where we live, if somebody came over to me and said, hey, could I wash your car? I say, absolutely. The hose is right there. Here's a $20 bill.
Right.
Not one time in 30 years has anybody come to my
No,
house.
but we did get snow shoveling.
Yeah.
That we got.
Yeah, but they want
Yeah.
$100
I feel
to do
like it's
3
been
square feet.
I don't. Yeah.
3 square feet, $100.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, we shovel snow all day long for like $5. It's crazy.
There's also a sense of entitlement too in
Created
this day and
by the
age.
parents.
Yeah. You think that's just created by the parents? You think that's created by social media though? Because social media makes everything look like it's like the get ready with me and
Well, yeah, that's
you know
part
what I
of the
mean? Like
problem,
it just makes it seem like you don't really have to do anything.
It is part of the
to-
problem, the social
Yeah.
media.
Yeah.
Yes.
But if the parents see the kids getting the wrong idea from social media, you got to try to school them and say, look, you're not allowed on your phone after school from this hour, that hour. You have to have a job. You're 14, you're 15.
Yeah.
My granddaughter just turned 15. Every day I ask her father, where are the working papers? She
Or
should
like
have a
she
job.
should get a job.
100%.
Definitely.
The minute
Yeah.
they're able to work, they got to get out there.
Yeah.
You got to get your hands dirty. Go
Because
be a
you learn
busboy.
life skills, your
Right.
first job. You were like
Exactly.
humbled deeply.
The problem is, though, my daughter and her husband, they'll take care of the kid till they're in their 30s these days. I moved out when I was 20 years old, 21 years
You
old.
couldn't wait. You were ready.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
You know, you bought a condo, you started a business. I had businesses go bad on me when I was young.
Yeah.
You know, I
We gotta
crack
have
up.
Al on for like a money making episode.
I got some
You
ideas.
and Demetra have you
Oh,
both
your
on
sister's
together.
the greatest ever.
I know.
Never seen anything like her in my life. She's the ultimate entrepreneur.
And you've seen a lot.
I've seen a
you've
lot
seen
with
a
her.
lot.
Yeah,
but
she's-
Demetra's different.
She's wild.
yeah,
Yeah.
she is. I know. You always say that every time I bring her up. You always say she's
How can
wild.
you be more proud of her than
I
anything
know.
else? Forget about
I know.
it.
I'm very proud of her. All right, bringing it back to the two of you, your relationship. A little like rapid fire, quick, just for fun kind of questions. Who apologizes first?
I do.
Okay.
No, I do.
Oh, you never apologize.
That's not true.
You're never wrong. Women are never
nice,
wrong.
Al.
Women are never
you just threw
wrong.
in a little. You're never wrong.
Yeah, you're never wrong. Ask
that was
any guy if their
smooth.
girlfriend's ever wrong.
I bet you
They're never
any guy
wrong.
listening would be like, "Yeah, she was wrong." No. Now they
I
don't
was.
build them like you anymore, Al.
I'm never wrong.
There we go.
Never.
There we go. That's right.
She
Okay.
probably, most of the time,
But-
she's right.
But when I am wrong, I will be the first to admit it, and I accept
After I
change.
beg for the apology. I get on my hands and knees. That's the lie. I can't get on my hands and knees. But I do. I beg for, oh, honey, please apologize.
No,
Well,
no,
women-
he doesn't.
I don't.
If the two of you had your own reality show, what do you think it would be called?
Oh, that's
The
easy.
new Cramdens.
There you go.
It's got to be
was
the
the
new
You had that
honeymoon.
ready to go.
I want to
You're-
make a new honeymoon show.
I mean, are we?
Well,
What's the end goal for like TikTok and
well,
Instagram?
right now there
and
is no goal, but
yeah, just
that
having
would be
fun
it.
with
If somebody came to me and
Yeah.
said, make the next honeymooners or make the next odd couple, I would do it immediately. I got a million things I can write.
Yeah.
Actually, I can write the whole show.
I would like to do a little cookbook.
Yes, I see that for you.
I'm dabbling something in my head.
Okay.
I just gotta I don't know where to get started. So
Write them
I'm
down.
working
Yeah,
on
you
it.
already
No,
have.
I have the recipes. I mean,
Yeah.
So just write them up.
yeah, I have an idea in my head that I gotta work out somehow.
You like that, right?
It is
Yeah,
delicious.
it's very good.
It's helping my throat.
Good. I'm glad. I love that. A cookbook. I think that we definitely need to make that happen. Because, I mean, everybody loves your cooking, your recipes.
She makes some really great
easy,
dishes.
delicious. I know. I love when you feed him certain things and you don't tell him what it is. And it's like a
Yes.
cauliflower or you use a lentil or you use a,
Yes.
you know what I mean? Like
And
all
he
of the
likes
alternative.
it.
Right.
And he does.
Right.
Yeah, granted, he picks up on everything. It drives me nuts.
Yeah.
Well, I'm very
How
old
he
school with
picks
food.
up on everything. Is
Very
The way
old
that
school.
you do have a very good palate. You're
Oh
able
my
to
God.
tell whenever she feeds you something and someone is like, oh, what's that? What's
Because
Vicky
every
got
meal I
now?
like is from the 80s.
Yeah.
I like everything old school.
Yeah.
You know, hot dog has to be a certain hot dog.
Yeah.
But
You
you've
know,
gotten better.
Pasta has to be pasta. Can't be gluten free.
No, you like.
buckwheat pasta.
You like.
Like,
That's
give me a
not
break.
true. You
All
actually
right, I liked one
like
gluten free.
Which,
the veggie craft pasta.
oh,
That
I
was
didn't see
good.
that
He
one.
likes
Little
that
too
one.
soft, but
That's-
very good.
Yeah.
That one, he loves that one.
A
No,
little too
I made a
soft, but
lasagna
very
with
delicious.
it. He loved it.
That lasagna was delicious.
Yeah.
And the lentil lasagna noodles.
Yes.
He couldn't
Lentil
believe it.
lasagna is good.
Love a little-
How
love
do
a
we
little-
feel about the lentil
Little white
lasagna?
clam right now I could go for. Should serve that at these podcasts.
Yeah.
Angel hair with white clam.
Ooh.
Wow.
Where's the best place in New York to get a slice of pizza, Al?
Well, there's several of them, but the closest to my
Top
house,
3?
I'll give you number 1 in Queens.
Okay.
Amore on Whitestone.
Okay.
That's off the charts.
Interesting.
Ridiculous pizza. It's so thin you could cut yourself on it. That's how, and the sauce is outrageous. The second one I love the most is Johnny's in Mount Vernon.
I was going to say, I was
Johnny's
waiting
in
for him
Mount
to
Vernon?
say it.
Okay.
That one I
that
loved
Dave
also.
Dave Portnoy gave it a 9.3.
Wow.
It's every bit of it.
Okay.
But he gave Amore like an 8 point something. I think it's closer to a 9.
Okay. And then the third?
Northern Boulevard Pizza Garden at Sicilian.
Pizza Garden on Northern Boulevard.
Right by Carvel on Utopia.
Oh, I've
West of
never.
Utopia.
no,
Utopia on
on
the right.
Northern.
Okay.
Northern Boulevard, just west of Utopia on the right.
Okay. All right.
He's got a real nice
I've
Sicilian. They're
never been
small.
to either of those.
Got to ask for them well done, but they're
Okay.
good.
Okay. What about the best place to get a good pasta dish?
Parkside, excellent.
Okay.
Il Toscano, excellent.
El Toscano. Yeah.
Luigi's, excellent.
Okay.
There's a lot of them around.
Yeah. Beautiful. All right. Cool. All right. Describe each other in 3 words. No explanations allowed. Al, you want to go first?
3 words.
Describe Vicky in 3 words.
I would say, all nice words.
Yeah.
Nothing mean. She's,
We would hope.
I'm lucky.
she's committed and will be committed eventually. She's definitely very respectful person and a greatest mother ever and grandmother that I've ever seen.
Beautiful.
What about wife?
Yeah, great. I could go automatic. That's automatic. We wouldn't be married. If I wasn't a good husband, we wouldn't be married either.
There we go. All right. Your turn. Describe Al in 3 words.
Very loving, giving, responsible. I can keep going.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, that was nice. Those
Do you
are
want
good.
to add,
Those are
do you
3
wanna
good
add a
ones.
bonus one?
My teddy bear.
Oh.
That's not one word.
My teddy.
That's
My
not two.
bear.
How about just
All right,
bear?
bear.
Yeah.
That's
or
funny.
Cuppy.
Cuppy.
Yeah.
My
Where
cuppy.
did
Yeah,
that
Cuppy.
come from?
Cupcake.
Cupcake.
Cupcake. Okay.
I call him cupcake.
I have
Okay.
clients that call me Cupcake too, so it's sort of stuck.
It's stuck. Yeah.
I love that. All right, so we already know who made the first move. It was you. You called, but you did it slick. You called the family. You asked multiple people to just take her out.
Yeah.
You didn't even. You obviously asked her father for her hand.
Her father wasn't around at the time. He was in
Okay.
Greece on business.
Okay.
So it was the mom that was around and the sister
our
and the
first
brother-in-law.
Yeah.
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 Okay. All right. Well, we obviously know this. Who's the better cook? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we see you sometimes chefing
I
it
can
up in
cook a
there.
little bit.
I always like that you
There are
add.
certain things I do make better than like sandwiches.
Okay.
Like I know how to make a sandwich. You ask
Okay.
for a
What's
sandwich.
the best? Give me the recipe for.
I make a lot of different ones. Like,
Okay.
but you got to make them like old school.
Mm-hmm.
They have to be the right bread. You got to scoop it.
Scoop it? What do you mean scoop it?
Take
Scoop
the inside
bread?
out, yeah.
Oh, so like Italian bread.
Yes.
Wait,
Yeah,
okay.
a good Italian bread, though.
Okay.
One where the outside has a bite to it.
A nice crunch.
Not a crunch necessarily, a bite.
Well, a little
It bites
crunch.
back when you bite it. It's amazing.
I don't know if I've ever
I haven't.
experienced
I get
that
them,
from a
but
from
you
a
gotta
sandwich.
come
just don't
over.
know it.
Yeah, okay.
Now you
Wait,
gotta
Yeah.
come
back?
over
All right.
and
Yeah.
share one
Make
in the
me a
pool.
salad.
Yeah.
Yes, we have to do that.
Yeah, good sandwiches. Ham and cheese I make.
Okay.
Roast beef I make the best with tomato, mayo.
Okay.
Well, Italian subs I make.
Yeah, those are the best when
Make
you
'em
throw
really good.
everything in
But
there.
there's even a way to put the cold cuts on the bread. Like people just lay it across. That's like the worst way to make a
I get
sandwich.
yelled at for that.
You have to twirl it when you put it on.
Love. You got to give it love.
Oh, like you have to. I know
You
that's
have
true.
to twirl it so it
Yeah.
has air in between.
Yeah. Oh.
And then it's amazing.
So there's air in between the cold cut.
Yes,
Okay.
it makes it really good.
Wow.
You
Is
gotta
he
put love
making you
into it.
hungry?
Listen,
A
when
little
I'm
bit.
hungry, I'm like an animal.
Yeah.
Don't worry, wait to see what I eat for lunch today.
What's the favorite dish of Vicky's that she makes for you? What's your favorite?
Oh, there's a lot of them. Lasagna is amazing. All the pasta dishes are great.
Yeah.
Pasticcio.
Yes.
You love my mom's pasticcio.
Your mom's is better, but yours is great.
Yeah. She's got the pasticcio. That's
All
all
her
hers.
fish dishes are amazing. Cooked a great steak last night.
Yeah. I know you guys also do like a seafood boil too that I love seeing,
Yes.
right? You guys do.
That's amazing.
That's something that I love so much about you too also is that like you have so many traditions and everybody, especially in this country, in New York also, right? Like we gather around food and that's how we celebrate. We celebrate by eating and sharing meals. And I love that you guys are always hosting. You guys always have something going on and you guys really go all out for the seafood boil.
I'm
Yeah.
definitely a food addict.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, but listen, I'm overweight. I try to lose weight. It's very difficult. But, it's the one addiction that when you try to get away from it, you still have to eat it. If you're on drugs, you could stop taking drugs.
Right.
You never look at it again. Quit smoking, you never look at smoking again. You quit shopping, you don't have to shop. You let somebody else shop for you.
Right.
Food, you quit it, you still have to eat it.
It's true. You have to find a balance.
It's an addiction that you still have to enjoy. It's a very difficult addiction. To me, it's the hardest one.
Yeah.
I know heroin's the worst, but
Yeah.
I'm saying food's a tough one.
Yeah. No, you're right. I've never thought about it that way because it is something that you still have to integrate in your daily.
Yeah, how the hell do you do it?
Yeah.
Like the minute I start eating like dietetic stuff, I'm like, all right, pasta dish is coming tonight, It's like I can't.
Now
live
you
like
have to
this.
learn.
I can't live like a fly.
I've done it.
Yeah. What's your like go-to bit of advice for anybody that's wanting to transition to a more healthier?
You got to start out slowly. You can't do it all. You try. I did it. I tried to do it all in one shot. 2 days later, I was eating the heroes. It's not. Bring it in slowly. I had in my head I had to do it because I was told I had osteoporosis.
Okay.
So that's something else altogether. So I had to start exercising and eating cleaner.
Yeah, but you're a
to
committed
fight-
person.
to
Nobody's
fight
Yeah,
like
back.
she
you.
is very committed.
So
I never met
you
anything
need
like
a
this.
goal. You need a goal.
You find me
That's
one
how you
person
do
that
it.
is stuck to the gym for 12 years at our age.
It's her.
13 years maybe
Yeah.
now.
15.
15 years, gym every day, 5 days a week. There's nobody that could say that.
Yeah. No, she's
No,
she's
there's
always been.
plenty of
Yeah,
people.
there are people, but
Yeah,
but,
go to
but,
her gym. There's 20,000 people on the roll. 100 go. That's it. The other 19,900 are paying and don't even know it.
That is
Greatest
true.
business model ever, the gym.
Yeah.
Subscription based, amazing.
There are more and more women older in my age group that are in excellent shape. Okay, and they
Some of
too
them are naturally in shape, too.
started. You start out. You decide what you want to, how you want to be. I want to grow older, healthier. I want to stay young as long as possible.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
And
it's
enjoy
a goal.
your life.
And enjoy.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Quality of life.
Who can put your scooter together?
Yeah, I know. But the thing is,
I mean, you got to
I
be
don't know.
strong
I
in this
enjoy-
day and age.
Yeah.
I enjoy food so much that even when I say to myself, geez, it might kill me 8 years earlier, I still eat. It's a tough one. Food's a
Yeah.
tough one.
Yeah, but at least you're aware of it. That's that's important. Like you're aware of it and you have somebody who looks out for you and she takes good care of you.
Yeah, I'm doing better last
You do.
month.
You eat a lot cleaner than he eats he used to.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Lunch is going to be bad today. I already have a goal.
Why? What's the goal?
Old school Dominic's on Woodhaven hot dogs.
Is that what we're doing? Are you allowing that?
Yep.
Just every now and again, you gotta let them.
You guys know Dominic's?
No.
Where they have them by the cemetery? in
It's a
Queens?
food truck.
It's been there for 100 years.
They have sausage and hot dogs.
Oh my God, forget about it.
So
Everybody's gonna know what I say.
Yeah.
he told me this morning, he goes, just so you know, I go, no, we're coming straight home, we're going in the pool. It's gonna be 90 degrees
Yeah,
today.
90 degrees, I know.
All right?
Dominic's pool.
Yeah.
Dominic's pool.
Yeah. Celebrate the kickoff of summer with a nice little
Yeah, it's coming
Dominic's, and
fast.
there we go.
It's been so far not so great.
No, it's been, I know, a little bit. Well,
We've
do you
had
guys follow the Farmer's Almanac?
No.
Okay, so the Farmer's Almanac is what the farmers would use to plant
Go
the
ahead.
seeds and to use the sun
What are
and
they
all of
saying
that.
about this year?
Right. So it was saying that this year is going to be very muggy and humid and one of the wettest summers that we've had.
That's
so
killing me.
Wettest.
Allergies is bad.
yeah, I know a lot of people with allergies are, but
Wettest, huh?
yeah, but at least we have a pool. At least we have more Big Al and Vicky on the way. A lot of deliciousness. I'm manifesting maybe a reality show for you guys, a cookbook for you. I appreciate you both so much for being here.
Thank you. This is
Cheers.
great.
Let's
Salud.
take another little salud. Yamas. Bless. Thank you both so much.
This is
Give a
delicious.
little. So just a little proper outro. Thank you both for sharing
Yes.
your love and your laughter with us.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely.
Bye,
It was
everybody.
a
I love you
pleasure.
guys.
If you haven't already, be sure to follow Big Al and Vicky on TikTok and Instagram. Stay tuned for another episode of Juice is the New Tea. As always, I'm your host, Eleni Simos, and we will see you next time. Juice is the New Tea is brought to you by Cleanse Juices. For more information on 3-day juice cleanses and 4 flavor packs, visit iamcleanse.com. Use code JUICEISTheNewTea for 10% off all orders.